First, let me say thank you, man, for making the time, man. I've been dying to get you on here. I've been texting you so much. I texted you again yesterday. You replied to me on WhatsApp, but not on messages. So I don't know. You didn't get my message?
Man, listen, me and phones, they don't work. Messages or pigeons, I don't get none of that stuff. I accidentally follow on something. I got you, but I got you now.
Yes, and I'm really happy because there was a lot of people that requested, man, you should get men's on. We've been talking about you for how many times? And thanks to the Olympia, we saw you. But we didn't get enough time to get to talk to you at the Olympia because we talked about the Olympia so damn much. So what is Vince up to, man? What's happening, man?
Oh, man, I'm not doing too much of anything. Just trying to survive as normal. That's it, bro. Just taking these old ages and keep right on moving,
Milos,
yeah.
Look at him. 68 years old.
I think it's 64.
Listen, I got to renege on that a little bit. I got to renege on that because I'm always putting a year ahead of my stuff. I'll be there for years.
1956.
So you're doing the same thing I do. I say I'm 58, but I'm 57.
Yeah, I've been doing it forever.
But I'm going on 58, which means when you turn 58, that means you completed 58 years.
There it is. So you're on the same wave.
Exactly.
Look at the face. It's a face. I saw 1991 at the Olympia.
You guys never body. The body is the same.
And
you guys never carry on like this about me. You never talk about me like this.
Chris, I wish I could, man. I wish I could. Chris, I'm proud of you, man, for what you look like, man. I wish I could say that. But I still have hope that I will in the future. I still have hope. Milos, you do too, right?
Yeah, but listen, I'm just shocked. Seriously, when Vince showed up at that podcast of ours, and I'm looking at that face, I said that the same dieted face of Vince that I had at European Grand Prix tours, same smile. I mean, you did not age at all. And then I thought you were training 100% because I see those guns and I know how lean you always are. And another thing that Vince was master of. Many times before I would see him, I say, oh, he doesn't look so big, right? And then he goes on the stage and poof! And it's like a genie, like poof, appears everywhere. I look at the leg and say, oh, my legs, I'm comparable, right? And then he pops the quad, the show is over. I don't know how you do it.
Stop. Milos, you got to remember back in the day, early on, when we first met pretty much, and you were dialing in and you were talking about development, and you were on a leg development program early back in the day. I was watching your legs come together, and you and I were always talking like, I can't get legs like that, Milos. I will never forget that conversation because I watched your legs come. Mine just kept falling behind. I just couldn't find.
Hey, I remember one vaguely situation. I saw Vince. We've been on a tour, probably about the third show. Aaron Baker was on there. We had already.
Let it out.
So we went to Russia, right? We were on our way to Russia. And this guy, this was always cool, man. He just didn't say much, but he'll crack some jokes every once in a while. But we went in there, and Aaron and what was it? Aaron and Paul Dillette. They had got us off the plane, whizzed us into this place to do our little documentation and stuff, all private and stuff. Then they whizzed us to the hotel. And then they whizzed over there like the show was coming up in a couple of hours. They whizzed over to get some food. They had like caviar and fine foods and all. The highest. I'm talking about. God. And they'll kill you for a hamburger over there, and like that time of the year, And then Vince sitting to my. I remember you sitting to my left. I'm sitting there. Paul was sitting there, and Aaron Baker is sitting right there. I can still see it. And then this dude, Paul, started asking for some bananas. And then I was like, bananas. And we just looking around like, man, we can't really eat nothing. Like, we about to go on stage. And like, we trying to keep our safety under control. We just flew, into the country, and then and then the lady couldn't really speak English, so I was like, bananas. And then Aaron Baker's like, he start going like this. We look at each other. I'm kicking Vince under the table.
Did you get it?
And then he was like, this other day, like we in the
oh my God.
We go to the hotel.
Don't get to the sauna.
The hotel was huge. We're walking to a sauna and shit. Let's go check out the sauna. We go check out the sauna. Me and Vince and Aaron and
my God.
We look like homegirls in there just butt naked.
Yeah.
This is normal. This is normal in Europe.
I know, but we're Americans. It was just a little shocking, right? A little shocking. And then the dude, he's sitting there.
Was it a mixed sauna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I swear, I guarantee you, if the girls would have known that there's 4 brothers in the damn sauna, they would have all jumped in there.
Yeah, we all open the door. We standing there, and the homeboy just hanging off the side of the damn everything hanging off the side of the damn bench, right?
That's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, man. I get it.
That's really normal. Shit.
And then we just started let's just make a conversation. I was like, Vince, you see that in the sauna? And Vince was like, yeah. And then it was like, this motherfucker this dude break it there. I know. It was just hanging there. I was just like, that's the only thing you took from that situation. Homeboy hanging. He had his hand like that.
Chris, I looked at Chris. I'm like, my God. My boy. It's so funny, man. I mean, my face. I'm like, Aaron, what are you looking at, bro? What's he looking at?
Yeah.
Stop it.
You used to live in Germany, right?
Yes, sir. 13 years, man.
Because everybody in Germany knows Vince Taylor.
They have to. It's been Angelina, my brother. It's been Angelina.
No, it's Vince. It's not Vince. It's Vince.
That's it.
Vince. Everybody. I remember when I started lifting weights and I started competing in Germany, everybody was talking about Vince Taylor. Vince Taylor.
That's it.
So, your wife is German too, right?
Yes. Mixed mom. Her mom's German. Dad was American. So
kind of like me.
Shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I knew about old Vince. Look
at
him.
When the last time you've been to Germany?
Oh, wow, man. 2016, I think. Yeah, 2016.
So it hasn't been too long.
It's been long. That's been too long. My wife, we haven't been back in 30 years. So that's what I'm trying to get back over there. Probably next year.
Okay. Because I'm already thinking, I'm sitting here, I'm already thinking 2024, I'm already making plans because I'm trying to do it big next year, really, really big with one show in Frankfurt where it's a pro qualifier. I want to add pro events to it for next year.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I'm why not bring Vince Taylor? Do you still travel?
I mean, as often as I can.
Okay, so if
are you going to still do the routine? I didn't do that routine.
He's not posing. He's not guest posing.
He just did it.
Come on, man.
He just did it. I just saw you.
No, that was a setup. That was a setup.
He was on stage.
Yeah, they set me up.
I saw that look in your eye.
No, they set me up, Chris. I'm telling you. Everybody's speaking Portuguese and everything. And I'm saying there, Vince, we want to give you a trophy presentation on stage. It'd be so great. I'm like, thank you guys. I appreciate that. So we roll out there, and my man has the trophies, and my man says to me, Vince, we want to see the famous robot routine. Please take your shirt off. And I'm like,
like, hold up.
That ain't gonna But they was not going to let me get off that stage without doing something. He just throw the music on and say, do something.
Do you still guest pose? Would you still guest pose?
Man, I ain't been in the gym in almost 3 years. straight.
Come
So
on.
as far as physique wise,
Vince,
oh my God.
that wasn't the question. That wasn't the question.
No. No.
Okay, so you
Listen,
not get
Hey, just leave some pants on, dog. It's all
man.
No, I would like to bring Vince out just as a special guest, just for the journalists to see Vince at 68. To see what you look like as a bodybuilder at 68, that you don't go to shit, even if you don't stay active.
Well, that's awesome, and I love that idea. Because I was planning on trying to get to that FIBO. I was talking
the FIBO is in April, though. The FIBO is in April. My big show is in October.
Okay, well, see, that's all. Leave it on the calendar, bro. If you think that's a good addition to what you're doing, you count the old man in.
Yeah.
You know me.
I want to bring a good lineup, you know.
But he ain't posing.
No, anybody I'm thinking about is not posing. I think
Okay.
If Milos would pose, I would fly him in immediately.
Hell no. But let me tell you this.
Hey, but what about if I bring us all on stage and I make sure the crowd is going to fucking force us, everybody take the shirt off? Chris, can you be ready about
that? They got guns out there or something.
I'm trying to tell you.
You better do something drastic.
That sounds like hostages to me.
Bring tomatoes and eggs to the first front row to throw at us.
No, they would listen. They would love.
I gotta say this one, right? I turned pro 91, and I had the pleasure of competing twice without Vince being right there. You know, in every other show, I mean, I competed in 13 shows in 91. Vince was in 11 of them, you know, and then you continue to 92, 93. Like, you can't go to the show without Vince already being there. So you already check one box. Okay, this is one guy I cannot beat. Yeah. How many shows did you enter, Vince? I mean, you must have a record.
He did a late one.
Well, it's like this. I didn't compete all that much. Okay, I did the Grand Prix, of course, right? And after that, I just did the single domestic shows that we did. And when the Grand Prix shut down, I didn't do anything outside of that. So
we went to Australia in what was that, 09 or
2005? That was my comeback. Mm-hmm.
That's when he came back to the Olympia.
Yeah.
You got qualified right there, right?
Yep. Because I already was there.
He goes to European tour and cleans the house.
Well, see, that was the onset. You know, I came in hot. But you come in hot, you know, you cool off quick because everybody else is coming in hot next year. So I was taking advantage of the landscape at the time. I came in hot. It was moving pretty good. And my thing was, listen, you just go and try to make that money. You get on as many stages you can because you know first place is A, second place is B, and you know C ain't work for it. You see your way out. So it was like, man, money, get the money, get the money. So I competed as much as I could, but it wasn't like I had a bunch of shows.
How many?
You have 20-something victories.
Yeah,
22.
22.
You count them all in there. It's 22.
Damn.
22 programs.
I remember, Vince, I remember one time I saw you, it was probably on that same. First of all, I saw you with a big ass bag of a big ass, what's those fanny packs?
Oh, man, that's my main bag carry. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Full of cash.
That shit was loose. That shit was loose on the way there.
But check this out. So we were in France. Hey, one time we was in France and you was sitting. I remember I walked by you. Was in there. You was eating a bowl of ice cream. Looked like, was it ice cream?
That's it.
I walked by you. I said, "I'm gonna get your ass. I'm gonna get your ass. You gonna smooth out by the time you get up." Man, we got backstage. We started pumping up. I looked at Vince. That veins was all over this dude. Oh my God.
Ice cream in a bowl of corn.
I'm like, forget that guy. I'm like, I'm so bad. I'm like, look at this motherfucker. And you look like you was 3 inches bigger everywhere. Like, I was like, oh man. Not that guy. Not right now.
Trying to put it together. Listen, trying to put it together. I had no, nutritionist. I had no guru. This was me, myself, and Iron Man going like, well, that works. That tastes good.
Vince, let me ask you this. And this is not only for me, this is also for Milos because he's nosy, but also for the fans. What was your diet like when you got ready for shows? What was your normal go-to food?
I always said it. People never believe me. Coca-Cola, red meat, and ketchup, baby. I would use my beef. Okay. I would use my beef all season. So as far as in size-wise, contest came around, I did exactly what everybody else was doing pretty much. I had my wife chop up the chicken, potato, and some greens. That's it. And I would not eat for 3 meals a day. I didn't do those 6, 7 meal eaters. I never ate like that. Not a big eater. So I would get 3 meals a day, man. I eat my breakfast. Sometimes if I didn't eat breakfast before I went to train in the morning, it wouldn't be no breakfast. Meal didn't happen, right? So then I got to my afternoon meal. That would have been my chicken and rice or whatever. This is the standard. Nothing more, nothing less. It was just at a minimum, maybe 3 times a day.
You're tough too. You're tough.
Oh,
I mean, we had a huge cramp right here one time.
Oh my God! Yeah.
He kept going like this. It was
always.
It was moving around.
Always, even in '91. Okay, on here, I'm in Orlando now. That whole prejudging, I was cramped to the tilt. I was so happy we got back for the night show. Joe Weider was talking so much, man, and the night show started. If you watch my routine, that Terminator routine, I had just put it together, didn't know what it's going to be about. But when I was going to get on stage, I left that prejudging, man, so cramped up, I didn't know what was going on. When that night show came back, guys, man, I was backstage still cramping. And like you said, Chris, I would get this abdominal right here, bro.
Oh,
in 89, I'm on stage in 89 in Remini, my first Olympia. And so I'm standing with Lee. And as soon as I threw that nab, my toes up hit that, my matador hit that side shot, half shot, that bad boy just clamped right up. And Lee told me, Vincent, hang on in there, baby. Hang in there, baby. I'll push it this thing. Always, guys, always. You can count on that thing. And just in Orlando here, I was telling you, when Weeder was talking, I was cramped so much. When you watch the beginning of my routine, you don't see me. You will look at my abs. You don't see me tensing nothing. I'm just going through the motions, holding everything. Don't move too quick because you're going to cramp. But I didn't cramp. And after I got that first move in, okay, feel a little better. And I started moving. I said, fuck the cramp. I got it.
You remember
that cramp was almost.
Chris, you remember this happened to Melvin. Really bad, terrible. And it was so obvious you could see it. At the
oh my God.
Remember that routine? And he fought through it, man. I don't know how he did it. Because I know how much this shit hurts. I mean, I was like, hey, hold on.
You should pay attention. HADI's lower abs are cramping the last 3 years constantly. If you pay attention. But listen, Vince, I was in 91 Olympia. That was my pro debut. And I do remember getting out to just watch your routine. And I would never, ever forget that because nobody knew you were going to pull that robot thing or anything. It just, there was something in the air. Okay, let's see. And there was standing ovation. I mean, I don't know if you were there. I was there.
I wasn't there, but I was paying attention.
That was crazy.
Standing ovation. I mean, people went nuts. Oh my God. You revolutionized the posing.
It was iconic for sure. Iconic for sure.
Yeah.
That thing's crazy, man. That's a one-hit wonder, bro.
They continued for 20 years later. You was
man. You was always. Dude, you used to hate to go behind the guy, right?
You with mine, right?
What?
With the Vandross, didn't we both have that?
Oh yeah. Luther used to come with that.
Vince was the guy to instruct you as you're posing. I was Iron Man, 92, and I'm doing the ab shot, and then I'm hearing from behind me. It's like, blow it out. Back in the day, yeah. But listen, yeah. I don't know why, but many people, you go into the pose and you don't pay attention to all the details. Well, you do have to blow all the air out, when you do the ab shot. If you hold it, it's not going to happen. And Vince was instructing me. I'm like, oh, shit. And for the first time ever, actually, I did it right. Because before, I would squeeze it, right? I wouldn't blow it out and then squeeze it.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard him give instructions to many other people. That's a Vince for you. I mean, true gentleman and comrade.
Yes, your boy.
Vince, who did you look up to?
As far
as a
Bodybuilding?
bodybuilder? Not about who was your idol, or who did you look up to? Who did you want to be like?
Didn't you work with John also? John
Jim Brown?
Brown? Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, because even before everything even started with me from bodybuilding, I got to go back 13, 14 years old. You know, I'm watching TV, Three Stooges and the Hercules, you know, so I wanted to be Steve Reeves. When I saw the Hercules, I'm like, man, I want to be Hercules, man. I put one picture, I want to be the first black Hercules. So I was running with that for a while, you know, and then, man, then you started looking in the magazines and started seeing everybody. Then I started looking at Berto Fox, you know, and I started meeting these guys on paper. It's like, man, I could look like Berto Fox. That's the guy I want to be like. And then Berto Fox went to Albert Beckles, and then I met John in '83 in Berlin. And it was over then. You know, shoot. When I saw John do what he was doing, and I saw Haney and everybody, I'm following the magazines because I like the sport. But man, when I seen John up front and in person, and when we magnetized each other, we started talking, started hooking me up with conversation at the event. Then that's my idol right there. I gotta be like John.
It was 1983.
Yeah, that's when I met John in Berlin.
That's I'm going to tell you. I was in the army in 1983. Day after I came out of the army, John Brown was guest posing in Novi Sad, Serbia. Right? I went there, and when I saw his performance,
yes,
I want to be a pro bodybuilder. I swear to God.
That's it. Same here.
And he was doing. He did 3 routines. One was Kenny Rogers' Lady.
Yes, sir.
The other one was Michael Jackson. Beat It.
Yep.
Yeah, and I forgot the third one. But standing ovation from grandmothers and grandfathers. They went there. They didn't know what. There was like 7,000 people in the audience. There was like some music show and everything else. He brought the house down, and he had a black shirt, black pants, and red sneakers.
That's John.
Yeah.
He brought a show. You know, I watched him in Berlin for the first time. He was there. And of course, my friend at the time, Eduardo Kabak, was also guest posing that night, right? And I'm watching both of them, like, wow, wow, wow. And when John came out on stage, he said, Taylor, watch it. They don't know what I'm going to do. Watch me, Taylor, watch me. He had a bed pushed out on the counter, right?
I remember that, dude. I remember.
Okay. And when I saw the stuff John was doing, he said, Taylor, and you do this, he's going to knock me crazy, man. You let the girls be screaming. Watch this, Taylor. He watch this move. And boy, when he opened up, it was like, I didn't know what I was watching. I'm like, wow, I gotta be like that guy. That's all I know. That guy.
Sounds totally like John. I don't remember. First time I met him was in Germany. Also, he was guest posing in a sports store.
Yeah,
he was there doing like taking pictures and autographs.
Yeah,
and he was posing while he was in there. It's the first time I saw him walking past in the walking street. I was like. There was this picture of him, and I went in. But anyways, now because it sounds just like him what you just said. Because it's also, I remember when he was talking in there, and I got this words from him. I never forgot when he said he told this one girl, "I'm the captain that can make it happen."
Listen, that John was so smooth. That John was so smooth. Let me tell you.
But you know, I was talking to John at the last Fit Expo in Anaheim. And we was telling him we was with Sean and somebody else was there with me, Breon. And I was like, man, you don't know how many people was like sort of under your umbrella in some kind of way, shape, or form. You affected a lot of us. No matter what color you were, he had some effect on your career moving forward. You know, coming with the clothing line and just all the style and all the start putting the moves into the routine and all that stuff. He totally shaped a lot of people's career.
It's kind of like when you speak, you listen.
You do.
No?
Because you take steps.
Yeah.
But he was strong too. He was strong.
He's got that same thing with his sons. Look where his sons are. They both play in the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
You don't play in the NFL unless you get guidance from the beginning.
And third son is going into the NFL soon. If you didn't,
so
he hurt it though. He got hurt the third one. The third one got hurt.
He has 3. I was thinking it was just 2.
He got 3, but the third one got hurt. But he was playing high caliber D1 football also. I think that's
Yes.
John told me that. John's that type of guy, right? That's why I was so magnetic. And I spoke to him. First thing he was telling me is like, Taylor, I want you to do what I tell you. 3 B's, Taylor. Listen to me. You're stupid. Listen, Taylor. I'm like, okay, John. Okay.
Listen.
He told me, he said, Taylor, I got 3 sons, right? They're all going to be in the NFL. I'm telling you right now. They're in the NFL. Trust me. Like, okay, there they are, right? There they are. The dude is, man, John was my boy. Just so charismatic. He had so much. He laid down the opening for me. He said, Taylor, I want you to do this. You want to get into this game of bodybuilding? Come do what I do. Listen to me. If you're trainable, I can help you. But don't be stupid.
I want to see if we can get you at the Anaheim Convention Center, man. So you stick it with John, man.
That's my boy, man. That's my boy. Me and John, we do so much. Because I tell you what, that's when I tore my bicep. I was just posing down in West Germany, and John was traveling through, and he was going to be at that show. So when he came in, I was talking to the promoter, and the promoter was like, well, Vince, because John just ruled the German promoters. John cold-blooded. He's like, Taylor, watch this. I'm going to pose tonight. You're here. I'm going to pose tonight. He doesn't know I'm going to pose, Taylor. He doesn't know, but he's going to let me pose. And he's going to pay me to pose. Like, John telling the promoter, he's like, hey, you want me to pose? The guy said, well, I have Vince here. And no, you want me to pose? Okay, I'll pose for you. 500 marks. It's okay. Sure shit just like that. But what happened afterwards? Everything happened, man. And I tore my bicep. John was right there, man. I was like, I don't believe this craziness.
You said with like a 20-pound dumbbell, didn't you?
15 pounds, man. I'm sitting there just warming up, Guy said, Vince, you got 3 minutes. I said, okay, fantastic. John had walked by because, he's going to pose. I'm like, I get a chance to go on stage and John is going to be here. So I'm just happy now because this is my elevation, right? Evolution bodybuilding. I got the first time against posing after winning the Berlin show. And John is going to be there. So I'm all proud and happy, man. And John came through. I'm back there pumping up. And as soon as I grabbed that weight, 3 minutes, Vince, I'm happy. Okay, I'm ready to go. Pick that dumbbell up and then I heard it sound like a wet towel turn. I looked at my bicep. That thing was just wagging. Like, oh, my God.
What happened?
John said,
you tore your biceps warming up for a guest appearance?
Warming up. I was sitting backstage ready to go out for my the third of 3 appearances I got. After winning that Berlin show.
That bicep was just waiting to go.
Man, I'm telling you. So I'm like, boom, boom. So John looked at me. I'm like, John, what's this? He said, Taylor, you tore it, man. You tore it. I'm like, okay. What am I going to do now? He said, oh, man, that's messed up. So I'm like, Vince, ready? I was like, okay. I ran out on stage and went on, did my thing. I could throw the shot up, right? But the bicep was wiggling just a little bit. I hit it in a flex and drop back down. I went on a pose, And the next thing I know, finished. Crowd was screaming and shit. And John was backstage and he coming out to pose next. And I said to myself, I get a chance to go on stage with my idol, right? Man, I threw my trunks back on and ran out the stage behind John. And he was posing. So John will tell you this story. John went out there, that people were tripping, right? So he was doing his thing and everything. I'm watching from the back. That's when I got that idea. Go ahead on out there with John. You just posed. They loved you. Go on out there with John. So I shot out there behind him. I'm coming on stage. And John said, Taylor, I was getting ready to mix my stuff up. I did my slow stuff. And all of a sudden the crowd started screaming. I'm like, he said, that's crazy. What's going on? What's going on? And here I come up, showing out the back of the bench. The crowd's happy. And he's like, Taylor, oh, man, it's cool, man. It's cool. He said, man, you better get out. I'm about ready to get busy. He started going to break down and stuff. I left that stage just like that. Boom, you get off this stage. But that was so true, man.
Get out of here.
Stop it, Taylor. I'm about ready to get out of here, dude.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
But that biceps became better, right? I think I heard you say that your torn biceps was actually your favorite one.
Actually, it was. I mean, because it looked like it got a different peak to it. Okay. And after that, it was like, okay, this one looks real. It's rising nicely because it gave me a little indentation from the front part of the bicep to the forearm. So it made a whole different oval shape. Yeah, right. The next day. Next day, man. I spent then in Oberhausen.
Yeah, also in Germany. They did it in Germany.
Yeah, because my friend at the time, I was running with a friend of mine, Eleanor Bunsky. She was a Fiestelweltmeister in Nava, right?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Okay, I was running with her. She was giving me some tips on the stuff. That's why I met John through him, because he was visiting them down in Oberhausen. So I went down from Berlin down to see them, and we hooked up. We were talking. So I met a surgeon, which was a good friend of theirs, was Robbie. And I forget, he passed away, but the guy was fantastic, man. He was at the show as well. So as soon as I came on stage, I said, "Doc, man, what's going on?" He's looking at me, because he called me the Swede, right? I called my brother, he called me the Swede. So he said, the Swede. He said, "Man, we got to fix that. But I'm telling you now, your bodybuilding career is over." I'm like, "What?" He says, "It's over. It's over. You can't train no more, because you're going to have to put this." He's got to break it down to me what he had to do with the tendon in the forearm and pulling it through and letting the bone grow around it, the whole medical side of it. And he said, "Listen, after that, we can't be assured that we do pulling motions with a barbell and stuff. You might pull that tendon right out of the forearm. So I suggest you start using cables." That's where I started using cables. And man, I'm so glad I came out with that advanced grip. Later on down the road for sure. But back then, when this is 86, 86. Man, as he said, get off the barbell, use more cables. So my whole training philosophy went to cable training now, because of that type of resistance you're going to get on that tendon area. So, which I'm glad it did, because it made my training conducive. More barbell training, less barbells, more dumbbells, and my physique just changed by the direction of the type of training I was doing. Barbell versus dumbbell. That was a good move.
What was your stage weight back then at your prime? What was your stage weight?
I came in at my best. I won an Arnold's at 219. After that, I was competing at 230, but 228 would be where I was. When I hit the 230 and slightly above 230, then I'll be softened up. So I try to stay below 230, right about 228, 227, like that.
And I used to watch you and Kevin a lot. I watch you extra, Vince, because I like the way you did that side chest, and I like the way your body just rose up and blowed up, and then you hit down in that one like that.
Come on, Chris.
That's by design. Didn't have a good chest, brother.
I tell you this, I watched Vince a million times. He would do that slow side chest. Hit it for 1 second and go straight. 1 second. Yeah.
That's that Robbie Robinson look. Robbie Robinson, I saw that. Yeah. Oh, that picture he left when he did that. But I did that pose. Because it took everything off the chest. I didn't have that Chris Premier chest and MILOS chest, the Dennis Jimenez chest. Okay, my stuff was kind of clavicle stuff. I could push it up, but then when you turn for that forward, you didn't see it fall. I'm like, let me throw this shot at you. You get a chance of the shot, let me get out of it. Bam. All right, now you can still see the muscle, but you look at something a little different now. Okay, try to change that look up.
Yeah, Rob. I worked a lot with Robbie in the lab, a lot. From a young kid. Did you ever do anything with Robbie or work with him in any kind of way?
Man, like I said, 13, 14 years old, I wrote Robbie Robinson a letter. That's back in the day. I saw him in that magazine. He wrote me a letter telling me, I'll never forget it, man. This penmanship is so beautiful.
And that penmanship is crazy, right?
Oh, my God. I hear my mom saying that right now. Who wrote this? I mean, beautiful writing, right? And he had told me, train your arms, train your big muscle groups, the heaviest, train your arms heavy. And he broke down a training routine. He gave me a black and white picture. I paid $10 for that thing, But that's the connection I had with Robbie Robinson. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then to be on stage with Robbie later on, thinking back to all that, and then talking about in conversation, having arms that matches a Robbie Robinson look. I'm like, man, is that full circle? That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Crazy, bro.
I love hearing this. So Vince, you wrote actually letter and send
Yes.
it to.
There was no email back then, Milos.
Yeah, no. Because let me tell you, before I came to the United States, I wrote a letter to Bob Paris, and I got it back with the signed picture and instructions.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. I
Bob
know that
Paris,
feeling.
I mean, people don't know that. I mean, right now,
It's way more personal.
you got to even put the Instagram message back. I pretty much, Instagram message everybody. Whoever writes me, I send it back. But letters back in the day, and to sign a
Oh my
picture,
God.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. But Vince,
And I
you
tell you
came
what,
back. You
I tell
came
you what,
back.
before the only person that did not sign my, did not hit me back, but I was pissed off, was Tom Platz. Okay. He had tore his bicep. I had tore my bicep. And I was looking for that. Man, Tom Platz, and he never ever wrote me back. I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
But,
It means a lot. Real personal letters like that. Like Robbie, when I used to go, he had helped me train for competition. So before I leave for competition, he'd hand me a letter, and he'd be like this whole thing about I want your mindset to be like this. You work so hard, you this and that, you did this and that. I saw, just had you like so psyched up and ready for
wow, that's crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
Chris, you were there when Vince made a comeback at the age of 50 at Australia. You were both there, right?
You were looking at me, because I was back there with Vince. And I was like
2006.
I was telling Vince, I was like, man, you look incredible, man. Go for it. Go get it. He was going to get Dexter.
Listen, guys, there was another one from the older era that made a comeback.
Francis Befato.
Befato, exactly.
Yeah. That show
was that the exact same show?
No, he wasn't there.
Who? Befato? At the Australia?
In Australia,
he was in Australia.
Yeah, he
was.
Yeah,
oh,
so I don't know. Slapped me on the back of my neck in the elevator.
Yeah, I think Befato is the one.
I hate that shit.
I think he got stopped at customs in Australia.
Yeah, and had a Ritalin.
Yep. Yep.
I remember very well. This is how I'm reading this and say, what is this Ritalin for, right? And then I went to see Francis in his room, and he's like all happy and all like, oh, can you give me
what is it
that you're taking?
Ritalin? It's like
yeah. So
is that like the other stuff that these kids use in school?
Yeah.
Adderall.
Adderall. Yeah, Adderall. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, see, listen, they have Befato, right?
Yeah.
They have me at customs for about 4 hours.
Yes.
Me
I
and the
remember
wife.
that, Vince. I wanted to get a say
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They had me down. And listen, I had oxandrolone, but I put it in a different bottle, right? So they made me wait, and I said, "Oh my God, they're testing it. I'm screwed." I waited. They finally, they said it's okay. But I had oxandrolone once with me in Australia, and that was a bad choice because Sylvester Stallone was popped with a GH.
They don't care who you are. They don't care.
No.
Yeah. The more famous you are, the more they want to get you.
I'm telling you.
Hey, Dennis, remember we came from when you beat me in Hungary. Was that Hungary?
Yeah.
Hungary.
Remember that like yesterday.
And a dog, yeah. And this dog sat right next to me in my bag, bro.
Oh snap.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, get away from me. That little fucking dog is on there.
But those dogs are mostly for recreational drugs or money. Right. And I always said, if this dog's coming for money, I said, I ain't got to worry about nothing.
How can they smell money?
I ain't got to worry about nothing.
Some of them are.
Milos, what?
How can they smell money?
You don't even know that?
No, I don't.
Oh, they smell a large amount of money, of course.
Oh, bro. They do all that.
And money's pretty dirty.
I can't believe you didn't know.
No. If you would ask me right now, I would say that's impossible. So dogs smell money. How about Deutschmarks or euros?
Doesn't matter. Cash. It doesn't matter. They smelling cash.
Yeah, money.
He will stand right there and fucking the tail will be like.
Before I forgot, I do want to say this. Vince came back at the age of 50, looking like he looked when he was 30.
Oh yeah.
But look at him
Oh,
now.
yeah.
He's
He was
16.
ready.
And he doesn't even train for 3 years.
18 years ago.
Vince,
Olympics is
you're
nothing.
training. Come on.
Hey.
I've seen your video, Instagram
Check
that
this
you're
out.
training.
Well, that's
Vince,
probably
all-
promotion.
Vince,
That's all that is.
Yeah,
Vince-
promotion, but you still have a 21-inch arm.
Vince,
I'm speaking like crazy.
all three. Hey, listen, all three of us gonna train you, Vince, for the next big. We could all train.
Guys,
We all put our
Tell me
heads
right now.
together and put Vince.
if I thought I could train, if I thought I could actually get a resemblance of what I could look like or should look like before I went on stage, I would love to try this thing again. But man, I'm telling you, I just said that the bite is not there. I was in the gym 4 or 5 months ago trying to do some bench pressing. Man, I put 25 pounds on each side, lay down and try to push that shit, almost got crushed. Okay? So you're looking around. I sit up
Hey, go to the machine. Hey, Vince, all machines right now.
That sounds very familiar, man. I tried that shit. Matter of fact, I bench press free barbell bench yesterday, incline, for the first time.
Is
I'm
that
always
not work?
with machine or machines.
But it
I
is
did, I did the same thing. I started 25, I went to 45, and then a plate and a half. And I got 8 reps, but my shit was, I said, I can't believe this shit. I said, I used to do 5 plates and it wouldn't even bother me.
Yeah.
Now I'm struggling here. These girls be looking at me and I'm here to.
I just grab my wrist, right? You grab your wrist like, oh man, it hurt a little bit. I'm thinking, look, this shit killing me up in here with 50 pounds. Let me get out of here.
I felt so stupid. I got off the bench and I'm acting like I'm still stretching. I'm still warming up.
I'm trying to tell you, that's me. That's why
What do you say? Yeah, this must be kilos. It's not pounds.
But I'm telling you in pounds.
I know, but they say you try to excuse like, no, this must be kilos. It's not pounds.
Yeah, something's off about the weight stat.
Yeah.
You know, I started putting plates on the resistance on the cable machine, like 1 plate, 2 plates, that's 3 plates set. Like, these plates denominations must be off. This shit is heavy. Hey, but 2 plates, yeah, they 15 pounds. Oh, okay.
No, I just put one on the machine. I just put 145 on there and I get it up.
Oh my gosh.
Then somebody want to work in with me and shit. And then they're like, they putting on more weight. I'm like, fuck.
They just gave me an idea.
Right? I'm like, yeah.
They gave me an idea. We should make the geriatric machines. You know, one of those with the leverages, so you can put a lot of weight. It's easy to move, right?
I tell you what I'm doing.
Okay.
I tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing my private gym. So don't nobody have to see me. I can do what I want to do. I can do my 5-pound flies. I don't 15 pounds, whatever, and I don't have nobody watching me because that's what they look at you and they be like,
That's part of it, huh?
oh, man.
When I was in Venice, they used to do that to me. Every time it just made me not want to do nothing because every time I touched the weight or did a push down, the comeback. I'm like, man, let me just exercise, dude. Can you just stop with that shit?
Vince, did you ever have any other injuries other than the biceps tear? Do you have any other injuries?
I came into it with a back issue, okay, which ironically flared up on me in 2006 to make me shut down after I did jump on my comeback. But injury-wise, none. You know, my back was always, that's why I could never squat because my back was an issue. My knees were always an issue, so I couldn't do too much leg extensions and, of course, squatting at all. Okay, never did deadlifts, you know, because...
But today, as a 60-year-old man, you moving and you walking pain-free.
I'm pain-free except for posterior tubular tendonitis running down my right freaking leg. And that was back in 13. Yeah, you walk and now all of a sudden you're feeling that there's this pain underneath your arch, right? So now it's like, damn, I'm limping now because I can't put too much pressure on it. That shit lasted for, I don't know how many, for years. I'm getting treatment on it and everything. And it's still, up until a year and a half ago, it just settled away. Finally started going away. But me walking and favoring this right leg made put more resistance on my left leg. So now I'm off. So now this tendonitis around my knee, left knee, has been screwing with me. But other than that, no injuries outside of these
Vince, what
surgeries.
happened when you fell off that ladder or some shit?
I get ready to say it. That was the other side. That's the other side. Man, I just see something down in front of that ladder in the garage, hanging on, scratching at them damn towels, and my ass hit there.
You know what's always when I think about Vince Taylor, I always think about the Olympia. I don't remember what year it was, but I was just looking at the magazines. I get every Flex magazine. Some eye problem, some eye infection.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Helsinki. I think 92. Helsinki, Finland.
Helsinki, yeah.
But
yeah.
Remedy right?
It was not Remedy.
But can you believe that probably 50% of all fans to this day think that was his pops for the
They do. They do. They honestly do. I had talked about them Saturday at the Olympia. Yes, man, that was crazy routine with the eye. Y'all knew what happened. You were lost in their eye. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But they do. They honestly do. That was too cool, man. You should do that again.
You pulled that off perfectly. I mean, perfect.
Oh, man. It was a nightmare. I'm telling you guys. That was a freaking nightmare. Wow.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was in the bus, in the bus.
Yeah. We got off the plane. We got our luggage and stuff. I thought we was in the plane at first. All the time I remember I've been on the plane. But Randy, of course, the wife's always resetting me because I'm always off. He's like, no, we were got your bags, headed to the bus, we got to the hotel. Remember, you stood up and grabbed you for your luggage, and that strap came out and smacks you in the eye. I said, yeah, that's right. It was on the bus.
I was there with Sonny Schmidt. Yeah, the only problem is that both Sonny and I were fucked up on speed that time.
Couldn't even feel bad for Vince.
Exactly.
What the hell you about speed, man? A couple of days before the show.
You know the story, no? Because this is like Sonny Schmidt, right? Like before the contest, like he said, "Hey," he called me cunt. You reckon we should do the speed? It's like, what is speed? I don't know. I know this guy, Tony Pearson, did it before, and he looked crazy. I'm like, okay. So one day, he finds out. So I said, how do you take this? Oh, drink. So he gave me the drink, right? And I had it.
Put it in a liquid form.
Put it in a drink. I had no idea, right? So, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? I don't feel nothing. Like what I'm supposed to feel, right? Oh, no, I didn't give you enough. So God knows how much you gave. So I took that. I swear to God, it's like turbocharged, 2,000 miles an hour. Like you cannot stop. We went to the gym. We trained 6.
Oh God!
I went from 232 down to 188. and listen, and thank God, my ex, he found it because, of course, now when you're in it, you keep just taking, like you think that you're on the top of the world. She threw it away in the toilet. And man, somebody was so fucking pissed off. That actually saved us, probably.
Wow.
Yeah. So I do remember I was there with Vince, and I remember that something happened, and then of course I read everything, this. I remember that bus ride, and right after that when he snapped him.
Crazy. I spent the next 48 hours sitting in a damn chair, hold my eyeball open like that the whole night. Oh man, it was terrible, guys.
Did you think of pulling out?
Yes, I did. And that was the very first thing, because we finally got some medical attention. The next morning, the doctor told me then, he said, you could get infected. You could lose your eye. You should really consider going back. I'm like, okay, damage is done. I get you. But now what can I do? He said, well, I'm here now. I might as well just stay here, because if you leave, you don't get paid no how. I'm like, well, goddamn. Okay, just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Only thing that I didn't like about it, Wayne didn't want to work with me, So I was like, dude, I got this problem with my eye. As you know, I can't see with it. I came back from the hospital with this big old white gaw on my face, walking into the place, ran into Jim Manion. He's like, Vince, what happened? I gave him the rundown. So now we're trying to get ready. And then when I finally got to a point to where I could figure out how can I get something on this eye, I called Wayne and said, listen, I can't see. I got this big old white gaw on my eye. And I wear my glasses, on stage. No, Vince, you can't wear no props. I said, Wayne, it's not a prop. My eye's messed up, bro. You can't wear a prop, Vince. I said, well, damn, I was wearing prop sunglasses in the other shows. I'm just posing them on stage. You loved it then, but I can't wear it now because no problem. And that's to try to find something. Found that eye patch. And that was the only thing to say that it didn't work. It was too damn tight. That thing was smashing my eyeball back, the eyelid. And it's like, man, this is crazy. So I try to pad it up with a piece of white gauze for this. Now he looked like a total train wreck on stage. The black patch, the white little corner. This dude is like, and the body just totally fell apart. It was like,
so that was a different time from the ankle, wrapped up ankle.
Yeah. Thank you.
Was that in 92 with the eye? Was that 92?
In 92.
92. Helsinki, Finland.
Vince was coming after third place finish behind Dorian. So he was the one to contest Dorian.
Yeah, I thought my shit was going to be on point.
Yeah, 92, he won Arnold Classic, and so Vince was the first favorite.
You look like one of those fighting characters that'll be on one of those games with that thing on your eye.
Rockin' and sockin'.
He ready to kick some ass.
So it was good to see you at the Olympia this year. Was this the first Olympia you watched in person in a while, or have you been to?
Yeah, I attended. Yeah. I hadn't been nowhere, man. I think my last outing in a bodybuilding show was at the Arnold Classic. We did the 30-year reunion. I didn't go to the last one we just did, which was 5 years afterwards, but the one before that. So I ain't been to no shows. I hadn't followed nobody. Only thing I knew was, okay, who's in the show? I remember last year's guy, I kind of went for, what's that guy's name? Who got second this time? I thought he should have won myself personally.
HADI.
I just think he's just that guy. Okay, you got to be rough to beat that. I'm sorry, but it goes to show me I don't know too much about judging. That's why I can see why I left the game and didn't understand it. I don't understand it now either.
Yeah, we talked about it last week, and that was before Tyler came out with the video. And I got to say this: we all thought HADI should have won.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest. I don't know, Chris too, right? What did Chris say? Don't change your words because I'm going to pull that fucking video back up.
Pull that motherfucker.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. All year I said this is going to be Derek. So he's going to win the Olympia. Until Friday morning, I changed my mind. And I said, HADI is going to take it again. He's going to win it again. After prejudging, I was sure that this is HADI's show.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple of days ago, Tyler Manion made a video where he literally explains in detail with pictures each individual pose. Now, there's a difference that if you're a trained judge, I'm going to call it trained judge because they're going to look for things that we're not looking for. We're looking at overall, you're looking, oh, this guy looks great. And we don't go into detail to tear them apart at that time. Maybe because I'm just too much of a fan instead of a judge. That's why I would never want to be a judge. But when he explained it in detail, what he was looking at, he gave Derek 5 poses to 3.
Yeah.
And he explained it in detail why he thinks that Derek was better in that pose. And when I look at that video, and it kind of makes sense to me, like, now I understand what you're looking at, I literally get it, but for me, and I'm not a trained judge's eye. I'm just a bodybuilder who likes bodybuilding. For me, it was all HADI.
What I was saying last week is that I saw the definition in this area. That was the most telling area that I saw. That was outstanding. But his whole body wasn't just like that. It was just that area, and he kept hitting.
You're talking about HADI now or Derek?
HADI.
Yeah, but I could have said the same for Derek. Just the opposite.
It was more of his body though. More of his body was fat free looking though to me.
I know, but how many people How many people, when you look at the side chest, they look at the upper body? How many people really pay super close attention on the side of the leg?
I look at it.
I look at it too.
But you don't look.
You focus somewhere and you keep looking at his upper body, then you go to the next guy. You want to compare these guys, so you don't look up and down before you move to the next. So you miss things.
Yeah. Then you said it the best. We are just the fans, and we focus on what we want to focus on. We don't focus on everything, and judges do. So I mean, I commend Vince. You probably didn't see it. It's there on the Instagram. I would suggest you see it, because that was not back in our time in the 90s that any judge would, after the show, dissect the physique in a show and direct comparison
and explain why.
This is where you got him. This is where you lost. I mean, and Tyler Manny is doing this, and not just that. He is welcoming all the guys to come backstage, and he would tell them what to work on, what to need to improve. You know, really point blank telling the truth. So I'm old fan for this transparency, and I hope we can get him on the show.
That's cool.
I will. I talked to him yesterday, and he has no voice.
Oh.
He still hasn't got his voice back, and we'll get him on in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, and he said one more thing that was very important for me, because we all and everybody in this bodybuilding industry thinks when you want to win the Olympia, you got to knock the champion out, and he clearly states that's not true. You don't have to knock him out. You just got to beat him.
I was pointing him.
So no, we don't care if you were 8-time Mr. Olympia or never won the Olympia before in your life. We judge you that day. And if you're better that day, you're going to win. There's no such thing as a bonus for being Mr. Olympia. And he made that
from before. I think that came from before. And that was
I know.
Before.
Yeah, we had to
all
but
different
I like the fact that
in a different.
I get it. That was what we heard all my whole career. But I like the fact that Tyler's coming out and says, this is no longer the case. Doesn't matter if you win the Olympia 6 times and you come back and you're off. You very well, there'll be a huge chance that you're gonna lose.
And I wish they would have did it back with us.
Yeah, back in the 90s, exactly.
I wish they would have did
it. I mean, Vince, one thing I wanted to know, I always wanted to ask you, because I always thought this about you, but I never at the end of the day, I'm trying to beat you every time, right? So, but sometime I would see you backstage, or I'd see you on stage, and I'm like, man, I should be able to beat Vince, right? I should be able to beat Vince. But then when you go out there and your confidence behind everything you do up there, I mean, it makes the judges feel like, no, Vince is gonna beat you too. And I don't know if you did that on purpose. Did you ever feel like, man, I'm lacking something, but man, if I can put on a great show, if I can look at it that more confident behind what I'm doing, that would be an edge. Did you ever feel that way, or am I just?
No. To be honest, no. I can honestly say I always just look at it like, this is what I got. Okay, I project this by doing this and doing that. So I try to put a lot of time and effort into giving that communication of projection of that whatever I'm trying to get across. That it's even what we call the mandatories. Yeah, like I said, I knew my chest wasn't going to be there. And I'm looking around, these guys going like, when they start adding up these points, that's going to be a black mark right there. So I got to find a way to get that chest a better illusion, right? So then that's why I started doing those movement aspects and giving you something to switch out of it. But again, keeping that chest in front of you. So you start getting like, wow, look at that shot. Projection. I made it look better than what you were waiting to see, right? Something happened. Manion used to tell me all the time too, we would do our comparisons, just standing first round, just overall physique symmetry balance look. You stand there, and then when it's time to give you that set the body icon, I'm setting everything. Take that deep breath, blow that air out, set those abs in now, shake those quads a little bit, bam, hit them, and let them bounce a little bit. So you can see I'm projecting that separation now, bam, bam, bam. So everything comes together like, boom, whoa, okay. But if you just stood there and just lightly brought it into picture, the impact is gone. They don't see that. So it's all projection, Chris.
That's what I said earlier. If you pay attention, I said, here comes Vince. You see him a certain way. Then he goes on the stage and pops, and just Genie appears. Like, holy shit. There was a week ago, maybe you against Kevin in one of the European tours.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I want.
And
Yes, sir.
And that was state-of-the-art presentation. I mean, Vince, what you do there, I mean, you're now just saying you're projecting, but you were master at every angle. And I know from John Brown back in the day, it's not like open. It has to be this finger, that finger, that finger, that finger.
Yes.
It has to be hold the apple, not to just do something, right?
Exactly.
Angles. Every step, where do you put your weight on? And
exactly. And that's what I got from John. He's setting it up. You know, you give them something to look for. That's when I see people posing before they get to what they're supposed to be doing, presenting that muscle. You got a bunch of whining going on. You got a bunch of unnecessary movement going on. What is it all about? You know, if you're going to move here, take that time to step those legs while they're watching your hands move, while you transition from one pose to the next to keep that efficient look all the time. You don't want to catch you out of sequence, you know? So if you're traveling, going from A to B to a pose shot, man, don't get caught flapping your wings.
Do you take on clientele, like teaching them this different arts that you learned over the years? Do you do that?
Haven't. Never get the option to do that. Nobody. Nobody even comes up with you.
Leave your email.
You're missing out big time. I'm telling you.
Leave your
I
email.
guarantee you, if we put out an ad right now, Vince Taylor for posing clinics or even posing, advice. I guarantee you, people from today will contact you and pay you to.
Listen, put that out there. Put that out there.
Listen.
Let's start.
How can people reach you?
We gotta push Vince, man. This we gotta.
Yeah. How can people reach you if they want to contact you regarding posing advice?
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, just your social media.
Yeah, but then you have to reply. Don't do like me. I mean, I'm
I
trying
always reply.
Email. What about your email?
Next time I'm going to
you
message
got
you.
hacked a minute ago.
I need
I got hacked. I wasn't gonna fuck with you if you got hacked.
Here's what I'm going to try to do for next year. I'm going to try. Like I said, I like the idea of bringing you out to Germany. Not only
that would be fantastic,
but maybe I can arrange a couple of seminars and posing clinics, where people can learn from you. Because still to this day, you're one of those guys that you don't ever forget. When you look at the guys today, in 5 years, I forgot.
When you talk bodybuilding posing, who do you think? Come on.
Yeah.
Vince is right there, right away.
Are you willing to work with anybody? Is anybody out here you don't like in the somebody? Hey, a lot of us.
Are you trying to start shit now?
No, I said a lot of us let a lot of shit go. A lot of it, like you, Dennis, you let it go. I used to call.
I don't have the time.
I used to call Dennis Pinto, and we friends to this.
Pinto, I didn't know that.
Hey, hold on a second.
What's that about?
Let's establish this. In which country are you right now, Chris?
Chris don't even know what time it is. Chris don't even know what time it is.
Wow. You know that in Holland is legalized something. And, you look like you've been in the bar for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, no.
Hitting up the coffee shops.
Yeah, it had a few muffins.
A small town. I'm not in Amsterdam, bro.
Yeah, you had a few muffins for sure.
Yeah. On his way to the small town.
My boy, I'm hyped up because my boy's on here, man.
How is he looking, by the way? How is he looking?
Vince, I got Vince Taylor's 8x10 on my wall right now that I had from my boy that many years ago.
Cool. How is the guy looking you working with? How is he looking? Nextzilla.
Oh, he's looking good, man. He's looking real good.
Is he going to get a pro card?
I really hope so. Shit.
Is he going to get? Can he?
How can he not?
He can. I mean, he's got.
He needs to get in shape. He needs to be in shape.
Look,
he's got the body parts, but he needs to be in shape.
Yeah, but I did some. I'll show you. This was we just started trying to pull some water today.
Oh, this is a big deal. Okay, I just saw him today. That's a big boy.
When is his show? When is his show?
It's at the Prague Pro-Am.
Oh,
This
this
show is Saturday, so that has to be Friday, right?
Yeah.
The Pro Show is Sunday, I think.
No, Saturday for sure. I just
This is from today right here. So we've been working on some posing and trying to get him.
Milos, is he in good enough shape right now?
what I see here. I mean, it's probably bad screen, so it doesn't look too lean or dry.
Well, he's not dry. He's not dry.
Chris, you can say it because he's not going to air till Sunday.
No, he's not dry.
I've seen some
Dry,
picture like the other day.
He's got all the potential in the world to be on a pro stage and do well.
Yeah.
But look at this though. Look at that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And dude, and he looked like a bodybuilder before he even started training with weights. He already looked like a bodybuilder.
Yeah. Crazy legs.
Not everything, but you know what he reminds me of? He reminds me of Rami in the beginning.
Victor Richards?
No, he reminds me of Rami in the beginning. He has all the body, but he's just not quite ready to.
He got legs like Rami. Look at that.
I know his whole body. He's got everything.
Look at the calves too. The calves.
He's got Vince Taylor calf.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Vince Taylor. I always thought that Vince Taylor's calves were almost bigger than his legs at one point.
They look like it.
Yeah, because Vince had those small joints, right, and small knee, and then
There you go.
calf are just going like this, and the quads are going like that.
Good enough to
Hey,
get that pro.
21-inch arms, 20-inch calves. Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, there you go.
So if he wins his pro card, is he
Doing the NPC show.
I know, but if he wins his pro card, is he doing the pros the next day?
Oh yeah. Might as well just go up there and see what it looks like.
Right. It's probably going to look better than on Saturday.
And he's never really even. He's not there training wise or posing wise yet, or probably diet wise. Probably all the stuff that he needs to do. He's probably not top notch at it yet.
How old is he?
28 years old.
Still young.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Potential.
28. But Joe, I'm telling you, the muscle is real. I'm talking about those calves are striated, those quads.
Damn.
I like to see him leaner, but
who's doing his diet? You doing his diet?
No, I'm not doing his diet. I'm just trying to help him dry out and trying to help him with his posing.
Who's doing his diet?
Khalid, he's from here, from Holland. He was in Kuwait also at some time.
Oh, I know exactly who that is. He's from Iraq originally.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing it.
Well, I mean,
he's with Java Lab, so they brought me out here to help him. Try to help his, because his posing was horrendous before I got here, so it's a lot better than that too.
So, how much time you spend posing with him?
We do it every day. Every day after we do some training, we do some posing and
like an hour, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
I
think posing the next couple of days is what can help him to get even a little bit sharper.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to push him hard on that.
Yeah.
I asked Ronnie Coleman, Flex Wheeler, Kevin Lebroni, what they think is their best, which show. So I have to ask you, if you have to pick one where you like your physique the most, condition-wise, size-wise, everything, which will it be?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh man. I would have to say it was either the first Olympia or the second one, 91. Only because I remember the photo shoot I did with Chris Lund, and we were in the beach, and he called, "Man, it's bloody magic, Vince. It's bloody magic. Wait till you see this." And when I sort of telling you, when I saw that black and white he gave me, had him yellow shorts on in that water, I was shredded, cut. I mean, this is like, wow, okay. And he wound up top 3 in the Olympia. So one of those Olympias, I think it had to been that first one. And that was Mm-hmm. Other than that, I like different looks, but that was never at a point where I could dial in 100%. I've never hit it like that on all my shows because I didn't have that nutritional prep stuff down.
But don't you guys think that even if the fans or we think it's 100%, that the athlete itself would never think that this is 100%. You could always be a little bit better.
Maybe it's something you probably did in your preparation that you could have done a little better or a little bit.
I know,
more.
Absolutely.
But what tells you that this is 100%?
Yeah, I think the outcome, the visual. You see that look. Yeah, you see that look that you got, and then you see that look that you were able to bring in. You're like, man, this shit is on point. Well, Australia, for example, my wife woke up from Australia. We was at the show, and she was like, "We need to go to the show in the venue right now. You ready? Right now? Okay, right now. Let's go." I'm like, "What did you carve up, and what did you do different this time?" I had me some green grapes, and I carved up on grapes the night before, and some grapes in the morning, and my shit was right. So I'm thinking. That was the mixing way. Okay. Before it was potatoes and rice and all that little crazy shit. I'm like, Haney and I used to do sherbet. Okay. I got that from him. I'm like, okay, you do some sherbet before you get ready on your carb phases. Okay. Some fruit sherbet. I like that. That's why I went my Chris. That's why I was doing my ice cream. Okay. Yeah, got that going all along. Until I got them grapes, man.
Vanilla ice cream.
That's it. Milos, don't you think this has something to do because he kept his fluid in?
I don't know, but I was impressed with Vince 91 Olympia. I saw you second, because I'm a fan of your physique and just the whole thing. I know that there was first Dorian's show, and they maybe were looking for him to outrun him. But for me, for me, you were for me. Why are you laughing?
I'm just playing the background music.
Listen, I say this publicly, so I'm not telling you privately. So that's my opinion. Because I think Vince had just everything: shape and size, presentation of the chart, standing ovation. At the time, they were judging the posing routines and posing not just for entertainment purposes, but physique that he presented, variety of poses, sequences. There was just magic, that Christian says. Yeah. So anyway, you don't think that he had a crack, to be a second, 91?
Who got second?
No, the second was Dorian.
What did you place in 91?
Oh, that was 91.
Yeah, he placed third. Yeah, 91. Yes. And
but did you place third? Did you place third, right? Another year when?
Yeah, third in Remedy too. That's my first one.
Who got second? Rich or Lila Brada?
Labrada.
That's the one I remember.
That was a drug-free one, 1990.
Yeah, no, I got it. No, 1990 Chicago.
89.
89 was my baby.
89. Because
Remedy.
I remember that. I remember the magazine still, and I think Robbie took fifth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Robbie.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I was shocked to be in that lineup.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
Where did Sean place in that show?
Sean didn't go.
At Olympia 91?
In Remedy. Yeah, Remedy didn't go.
He was
89.
89?
Mm-mm. No, just Labrada.
I know Braga second. Didn't Sean Ray get fourth or fifth?
Not to my knowledge. Come on, Milos, the guru.
Yeah, I know, but I wasn't competing there
on the computer first.
Yeah, I wasn't competing there yet. Yeah,
I'm sure Sean didn't make that run.
Sean, but I'm 99% sure that it's 1990.
Sean turned pro in 87, correct? 86 or 87?
80. Well, he did the nationals, and I did the one before him. That was 87.
87.
Yeah, because I did the nationals in 88 and won the overall.
Sean's first Olympia was 88, and he didn't play.
Sean turned pro in 87.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost positive that he competed in the Olympia starting the next year.
88. Yeah, Sean competed in 88.
89, 90.
Yeah, he did. He did all the shows. 88.
Yeah, so
88.
I've done 89.
88. He was the
but I don't remember 89.
I don't remember him in 89. No way.
Hold on.
Dig it up.
Dig it up.
Sam, my boy. No.
89 results.
Yeah, there's no Sean in 89.
No?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So Vince is right.
So what is he in 88?
88, yeah, he was like 13.
He was in 88, and he was in 90. He wasn't 89 for some reason. Maybe he got scared.
Oh, it was
I showed up.
Lila Brada, Vince Taylor,
He
then
got
Richard
scared.
Spark.
In 1990 was a drug free. Come on, that was the year.
That's the one he
Yeah,
took,
bro.
right? Haney. Who was second in 90?
Lila Brada. Yeah.
Brought it up. The
Yeah.
Flea, that's what we were saying. The Flea was back.
Hey, Flea.
I was backstage all out of shape because I did not know how to approach that Olympia. In 90, it's like, oh man. And got a little woozy backstage, and Joe walked by me. That's what's wrong with your Vince. I said, you got hypoglycemia, Vince. I said, yeah, Joe, that's what it is. I feel a little dizzy. Well, you don't have to compete if you don't want to, Vince. I took that exit stage right. I was gone.
Oh man.
Yeah. But anyway, 2006, Vince, as you talk about it, you were spot on. I think you placed third, right? There was Lee Priest and Ronnie Raquel.
Yeah.
I saw you winning that show.
Me and you both.
Yeah.
I was picked up because something happened we were doing some kind of seminar, something BS before the show. And what's this guy's name? The promoter guy himself.
Tony Doherty.
Wasn't Tony, the other guy. There's another guy.
The guy that Tony took over from this guy.
The
Graham.
Yeah. He was so pissed at me for not doing something, man. And all I was hearing, wait till tonight. I'm like, man.
Oh, that's the case.
Yeah, man, that we had some.
Bro, he did that. Bro, he did that to me too, and we had a falling out. We haven't been good ever since.
Oh,
he wanted to walk me. Huh?
He's the guy that used to bring Americans over, and he didn't go anywhere.
He wanted to walk me around.
Nobody else.
He wanted to walk me around from school to school, gym to gym, have people waiting there for me. He would say, hey, take some photos out for you. And it'd be like 30 people in there waiting. They're like, are we doing appearances or what are we doing? He said,
He would get paid.
I know he was. I'll pay you later. Never got nothing. And he got so mad at me because I was in Amsterdam, and I said, hey, they want to pay me $2,500 just to stand at this booth. I ain't got to do nothing. I said, why don't I get that money? And then I'll meet you over there. He said, well, he said that everybody wants you to make sure you come. And I said, I've come there every year. Why would they not think I'm coming? They see me all the time. I used to stay 4 months out there in Australia. And then he's like, and then he got so mad that we never did nothing else after that. That was our last hurrah. And then,
Vince, now that you say it makes sense. Because for me, everything that I know about bodybuilding, you made a comeback. You were pretty close at your all-time best at the age of 50. Yeah, and I was thinking, okay, if they're going to push their guy, Lee Priest, I could even understand it. But then he actually slipped to third. It was Ronnie Raquel won. And then Vince came back 2007 again, and was top 3 again. But this time was Dexter and I don't know who else.
Right.
Yeah. But listen, Vince was beating guys like Branch Warren in this show, right? Hot from the shows in the United States. I mean, at which age did you felt like, okay, you're no longer competitive?
Right at 40. Right at 40. Everything changed for me at 40.
Yeah?
Okay, everything. Because that's when I was going to be able to do the Masters, right? And at the same time, I started seeing where my placement was within the Lions I'm competing with. You got you coming on super strong. Chris coming on super strong. Dennis, everybody's just conversion now. Okay, this is, I would say, what's it, 96? Yeah, 95, 96. And I'm thinking to myself, the way I'm training and the short amount of time I've been bodybuilding, my body is just maturing to what I'm doing. I'm still in that growth phase. I'm still in that learning aspect. But my competition level is getting bad. These young lions is crazy, So it's like, I can continue to push the envelope now, shift gears, and try to maintain a pricing. But for me, it was all about money. If I go into a show, Chris is there now. Dennis is there now. You were there. Y'all, and then you got Kevin. That everybody. The pot got so tight, right? It's like you're not going to make some super gains to maintain a top 4 placing in the Olympia because these young lions will push you out. So you're not going to win anything. Now you're going to go on some tours and you got more competition. So you ain't going to make no money, bro. This is about money making first before it's about training. So then it was like, well, your best outlet is to go to a level to where your age now is going to be more presentable. Train with people your own age, go those combatants. So that's when I started looking at the masters, and then was like, you know what? Everything changed. I'm not going crazy for my training because I don't have to be at that look to beat these guys. I'm the torchbearer now for the old guys. They got to beat me. So I just got to, maintain a certain way of training to keep what I got going now without worrying about trying to improve to match you guys. So that was 96, man.
How many masters did you win? 5 of them. Damn. 5.
I had 6 until they took that last one.
You just tried. For sure.
I wanted 10. I wanted 10. Right?
Yeah. Don Youngblood, yes.
And I'm sitting there listening to you guys talking, and Shack sitting there talking about the judging and all of that shit. I'm like, when I went to that last Masters, I done heard all them rumors about how this pencil-looking joker gonna beat me. I'm looking at the hit squad, which I call them the hit squad, was Shack and Gaspari judging. I'm going like, yeah.
Hit squad.
Look, I done shut Richie down already, so he never got over that comeback from Olympia. And the Shack, he was never on the runway. But now y'all sitting there judging me. I'm like, come on, man.
Didn't Rich do his last show in 90? It was 97, the 90 champions.
Yeah. We put the nail in that coffin.
And then also, who's the other one? Shit, it just flashed in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned his name, Berto Fox. His last, when we did the Ironman, I took second to you, Vince, in 94 at the Ironman. I was like, man, why does dude come all the way from Florida to get my little money, man? I wanted that win, man, because Sean wanted his first one, Flex wanted it. You messed up my whole deal with that. Right?
Well, I was out there looking for that paycheck, Chris. I was looking for that paycheck.
I could have gave you the money. I needed the prestige, dog.
Man, that wasn't no shoe in. That was like every time we laced up, it's like, man, you hold your breath until that fat lady sings, and you know what's going on.
Awesome, man. That's awesome, man. Listen, Vince, I appreciate you making the time, my man. That was an awesome.
This has been great, man.
I can't wait for this to air on Sunday because the fans will be really looking forward to hearing this, and there's a lot of good stories.
Oh yeah.
We got some stories, Chris.
Hell yeah.
I do plan another like an old school round table like we had at the Olympia, but with even more people for the 200th episode. So I'm going to make sure I get you on that too.
I'm coming.
Hey, if anybody can push or resurrect you is Dennis. So
I heard that.
Let Dennis help resurrect you. Like he helped me come back up.
But
he helped.
You can't compare yourself to Vince now. Not now and
I'm
not
not comparing myself to Vince. I'm just saying, like, if
he doesn't need any resurrection. Vince still
he needs a lot.
Working out.
He needs a lot.
Huh?
Listen, Dennis, Chris is telling you right now. Resurrection is the key word. If you can resurrect this spirit again, like some way, get me back out there. That'd be perfect.
You gotta do you put too many years in the business of bodybuilding to not be doing.
He still looks great. I still believe he does a little something every now and then.
He has to because he look unbelievable. Yeah. But
I believe him.
Yeah. People don't know. You started very late. When did you start?
The fucking podcast and Milos keeps going.
Okay, what's important? Right, because he said when did you start? In the 30s, right?
I was 27 years old, 1983. 27. And by the time I got
at 27,
started training at 27.
Oh yeah, you like me? I started at 26.
Hey, see,
I did start at one point at 18, but only for 1 year, and then I stopped again until I was 26.
Got you. No, I picked
I
this
really
stuff up
started when I was 26.
Now I'm full on trying to bodybuild at 15. I'm trying to be a.
All right. Yes.
Now get that drive back, Chris. You still training every day? You still training every day?
I trained today. Yes.
Okay, now that wasn't the question. I said you still training?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's lying. I can see it.
I'm not lying. I'm not a liar.
He hasn't trained since he left.
I'm gonna start taking a picture every day.
No, I don't need a picture. I need a full video.
All right.
It's on Instagram.
Milos, are you training again?
No, I'm gonna start soon. Yeah, I'm not complete.
No, but let's get
What happened? What happened to the Fit for 60 or Fit at 60?
61. I'm gonna move it for the.
You have to push it back. You have to push it back. Hey, you gotta get that deep tissue massage.
No, I had to get another epidural shot. I swear to God, my foot is numb again. And
get the deep tissue massage. You gotta get circulation in there.
Can you imagine? If Vince? Can you imagine if Vince would get the stem cells? He would lift to 140.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no, son. Hey, stem cell part 2. Catch up, baby.
Hey, but that was exactly on European Grand Prix tours, right? You go into the tour and you watch Vince drinking the goddamn Coke, and you say, "This is not allowed." And then he's kicking our ass every show.
Dude, how do you think I felt when I saw him eat that ice cream? I was like, "This son of a gun, I'm gonna beat him."
Like,
So you've been drinking Coke all your life?
Oh, you have all 60 plus years. No, man, I don't want nothing. Man, don't give me no. How they say in Europe, Coke Light, Coke Zero. Man, you better give me some ice cubes in the full bowl.
Pepsi Max.
The real deal, baby. The real. Hey, Crisco, the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
Crisco. I ain't heard that in years.
That's my bad.
Thank you
That's
guys,
my
man.
bad.
I appreciate you. We
Oh,
gotta
this
wrap
is
this up.
great, man.
Chris,
Thank you, man.
Vince, I appreciate you. Milos.
Resurrection time, brother. Resurrection time.
We gotta get some flyers together. And we're all posted on our Instagrams, man, for you.
Yeah.
Here it is.
To get a flyer for your services.
So people can contact you on your Instagram if they look
Absolutely.
posing.
Absolutely.
Also for your
FaceTime or Zoom sessions.
Anything.
All right,
your
listen, guys,
together, brother.
if you need a person like Vince, which I think you need someone like Vince when it comes to posing. Nobody takes posing serious enough. We have Chris. I don't know if Milos does posing clinics. I know Chris doesn't, but I know Vince. You could get one of the old school guys who's been there forever.
Gotta get you on the West Coast too, man.
Get your guys' poses right.
All right.
Chris, I'm gonna hook up with you, brother. We're gonna get busy.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
coming your way.
Sure. What's happening? What's happening, Vince?
Take care, y'all. Be safe.
Yeah.
All right, brother. Appreciate y'all. Love you. Thank you so much, brother.
All right, man. Good job.